Good morning. My name is Lisa Schmidt, and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Welcome to Saturday in the studio. Saturday, as you may know as you watch, is one of my favorite days of the week, and it's probably because I can sleep in. I really like to sleep in, and our students walk in at 7:40, so I try to get up at 5:30 and out of the house by 6:30. So anyway, I do like Saturdays because I can sleep in a lot longer. How about you? Do you like to sleep in on a Saturday or what day of the week? One day of the week? Um, so today I'm going to show you some fun things you can do with two beautiful, beautiful designer series paper. One is our Snowflakes and one is our Oh Holy Night designer series paper. They are just so. I'm going to go, Mary Ellen, go ahead and get started. Yeah, it is a bit chilly. It's 44 here in Little Falls. We are here in our Little Falls studio, as you can maybe tell by the blue wall behind us. We do have some guests this weekend, and I just have to say it's so fun when we have our hosted weekends because we get to meet new people. They get to become friends, and it's just really it's a beautiful thing. Is what it really is. One thing I love to do is join people together who then become friends. I like to be a connector. I really like. So weekends, if you want to join us, we'll go ahead and get started. The first card I'm going to make use is this beautiful, let me show you this right here, this beautiful snowflake. It's called Snowflake Magic. Can you come closer to me? Or
yep, you can. You see it there?
Yep. This Snowflake Magic. It's so beautiful. And I know, Mary Ellen, you just ordered that, so that's kind of fun. So Snowflake Magic. Here are the papers, and look how beautiful. I want to show them. You have a closer one though, right?
I do. I can go.
Thanks. There we go. So look at that. We just have to shimmer and shine and show that paper. And this is Lost Lagoon, and this is Pretty Peacock is kind of what our color scheme is. So let me tell you how I cut these. First, you cut every sheet of paper. You cut
Hey, Diane.
A 12 by 12 at 4 inches by 5 1/4. So what I like to do with my 12 by 12 paper is, if this is my 12 by 12 paper, I like to cut my 5 1/4 first, which is 10 1/2, because that still gives me a strip on the edge to use, and then I'm not, so any are 1 inch. Each of these ends are 1 inch. And then if you want to know the other ends, this end these two is 3 1/4. So basically, if you measure in, if you're cutting this paper and you measure in 1 inch, 3 1/4, 1 inch, and then you'll have all different combinations of this card. So they're not all going to be exactly this because you'll have made it. I'll show you another card after that I made that matches what I'm trying to explain right now. All right, so here's Lost Lagoon. And then I have just our standard half sheet of cardstock, and I cut it this way. You could go either way, and hamburger or hot dog, as we say in the stamping world. And I'm just going to double check here. Yeah, so this isn't going to give us any border, this color, but it does give us, you could use it or you don't have to. It's going to give us just a little something to adhere this to, so it makes it exactly the same size. Does that make sense? So if I glue it on the paper, I might, if I glue it on this white paper, adhere it here, I might end up with
gaps.
Yeah, gaps. Or if I go off a little bit and then I'm like, oh shoot. So by using, you could use any color, I just choose Lost Lagoon. By using that, then I'm sure to get it in the right sizing, right space. So, and these are all put this one on the bottom. So this is going to go right edge to edge. And then the other thing with this is if your paper's not cut perfectly, you can still trim it to that size, right? And I'm just going to work my way. Actually, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do top and bottom. But it gives you luminous if you didn't cut the paper perfectly. And I'm going to flip this over just so I can see this edge right here close to me. So go ahead and, ooh, that's bright. That is a fun color. There we go. Get it right edge to edge. And I can even see like right here, there's a tiny bit. So I'll just go back and trim that once I'm done. Because things aren't always perfect, and that's okay. This one's going to sit right on top of there. Just like, and just trim the bit. This is sticking out. If that doesn't bug you, great. Just do it as is. But I'm going to just trim that little edge off so I have a nice clean. Oh, why is that sticking? A nice clean edge. I didn't get. All right, so let's put this over here. All right, so there is my beautiful designer series paper. I mean, this is just a winner with just the paper. Now I am going to pull, this paper comes from a suite called Winter Meadow. And so I am going to use this, I have to pull it up so you can see it, this little branch right here from Magical Meadow, the one in the dies right there. And I die cut out previously some little branches in Pretty Peacock and Lost Lagoon, because those are my colors, right? So there we go. So Pretty Peacock and Lost Lagoon. My sentiment is going to go in the middle here. And once I decide on my sentiment, then we'll decide to the card here.
Hey, Tanya.
Some stuff on my place here. So we're going to attach this here and continue on. Let's make sure, just notice something I didn't like. Let's make sure this is folded just perfectly in half. There we go. Get my phone folder, which is a new one, by the way. For those of you, I'm sure you're not keeping track, but all right. So let's go ahead and adhere this here. Just leave a little border around the edge. It's just so beautiful. The paper, I mean, that's really what you need, is just the paper just shines. So, all right. A sentiment, because either that or Merry Christmas. Do you have choice? Do you have ideas, Dave? Or hope and peace to you this season?
I think hope and peace.
Yeah, I kind of like that too. So here's how you put together our cling stamps. Here's how I put them together. Sometimes I put the whole set together. Sometimes I did if I'm in a bit of a hurry. So what I like to do is take the sentiment, instead of peeling it all off, just take off the two pieces of little paper here that are protecting the adhesive. There we go. And this off, a little paper here. And I used to do a thing that this makes so much more sense, because then you're going to get it right in exactly in the spot, because you've got an outline to guide you. And so you end up with this exactly where it's supposed to be. Ta-da! All right, let's grab a little stamp here. And I'm going to grab my, oops, I don't see, that's okay. I'll just use this as a little bit of a map. All right, I'm going to stamp and then probably trim, because I think it's going to be too large. Using Pretty Peacock, such a pretty color. I said this before, this came out a while ago. I wasn't really enamored with it, and now I'm like, it's such a pretty color. I'm going to go all the way to the bottom as close as I can there, like that, and then I'm going to trim around it and put it on. Ooh.
Hey, Laverne. Hey, Jenny.
Hi, friends. Wish you were here with us at the Refuge Little Falls. That would be super fun to have you sometime. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just trim this. I could use a die, but in this case, I'm just going to trim it to just a little rectangle. And sometimes I like to stamp first and then cut, so I can make sure I have it exactly right. Sometimes I cut first If I'm doing a mass kind of a lot, then I like to definitely cut them first. This would take way too long to do it this way. Picked up one of my picked up one of my little things. All right, so there is my little sentiment. And then I can decide where do I want to place my little bows, or what do they call these? Bows. I don't know why that word's a hard one for me.
I don't know either.
Dave always laughs like, I don't know. I kind of want the dark one down here because that's a lighter paper, and have one light up here, and then maybe one more, maybe down here. I'm going to stick them on. Yeah, I'm going to stick them on like that. You could do them all on the top, but I'm going to use my. Who's been touching my tools?
Not me.
I know. It's just kind of funny. Nathan used to say that. I'm touching the tools. I'm touching the tools when he was down in Papa's, his grandpa's.
That's a Louis Anderson.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, Janine taught him that.
Who?
Janine.
Oh, Janine. What's Louis Anderson? I mean,
He's a comedian.
Okay.
He would go into his dad's garage and be, I'm touching the tools.
Okay.
I'm touching the tools.
Okay. So Nathan would do that. I see. I got that. I totally didn't know that for all these years. Okay, that's okay. So we'll go ahead and drop this on. One thing I would probably do in retrospect is go ahead and use the self-adhesive sheets on these when you die cut them. Then you don't have to deal with gluing them, which is a little bit easier. Or if you had a dauber, you can just put the glue on the dauber and then put it right on here. Dauber is one of those little things that fit on your finger, and that works too. But this will work just fine. This is good. Let's see where this is. Yeah, I think I'm going to just rip off this because I want it a little bit higher. And I still want that to cover it. There we go. Pretty, isn't it? I think it's very, very pretty. There we go. And again, I'm going to take my sentiment. Let's put it back here and see. Yeah, I definitely need one more. Either here or on the bottom. Such decisions early in the morning. Okay, it's not that early. I think I'm going to put it on the top, actually. Let's tear off that stem, though. And I kind of want to go on the bottom because it would be a different color, but I think I'm going to go on the top. I think it needs more up there. All right. Any plans this weekend, friends? What are you doing? What fun things are you doing? We were talking about working on the garden out here. Not sure. Okay, I'm just going to stick it down. Too much thought. It's really hard to make a decision sometimes. Just stick it down. Boom, done. Okay. And then we will pop this up, of course, because give it a little bit of dimension. There we go. I'm going to stick 3 on and use my little take your pick. And put that right here. I'm going to line it up right on the edge here. I could put it in. I think I'm going to line it up right on the edge. I shouldn't say what I'm thinking because then it's, I think, no, not sure. Anyway, well, that's what my brain does all the time. So I want to show you this ribbon. It is beautiful. It is the silver and white sheer ribbon. It is just gorgeous. I'm going to show it to you so we can put it on here. Look at this. It is so very pretty. It is sheer and it is white and has some silver. I don't understand what my stuff is. All right. So I'm going to.
I didn't touch it.
I know. Little adhesive here. I don't seem to have a glue dot. And I think I'm going to stick it right there. Look at that. Made a decision. Boom. Isn't that pretty though? I think it's very, very pretty. Wishing you the hope and peace of Christ this season. And then, of course, you could put a little sentiment inside. I did not tell you the stamp set I'm using is this hope and peace. I just really like this one. I like a lot of the sayings here: tidings of comfort and joy, peace on earth, goodwill for men. I just think they're really pretty. I also love this little one. It doesn't have to be Christmas, but with love and hope. Really like that. And of course, Merry Christmas. So that is my first card I was going to show you. This one is not completely finished, but there it is. So this one, see how this is the center is a different color. So the center is this paper. So you line up 3 papers and then cut them and then mix and match. They will mix and match based on cutting them. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay, good. Are you ready?
I am finally.
Well, it's not finally because it's right when you need to be for me. So go ahead.
All right, a couple of things. Well, one main thing that we have coming up is Card Cafe for October is over. So now we have Card Cafe coming up in November. Card Cafe is our live event in our Minnetonka studio. It will be Saturday, November 18th from 10 until noon. When you come to Card Cafe, you get to choose 5 of the designs that are available. You make 2 of each of those designs. So you walk away with 10 beautiful cards. And so, as with everything, go to thestamperstudio.com to register for that. You can see I have on the screen our button right there. Just click on Card Cafe and you will be taken to our registration page. Don't forget, anytime you want to order anything, come to thestamperstudio.com. You click on this lovely button right here that says Order Stampin' Up! Products, and you'll be taken straight in. Don't have to worry about a host code. Don't have to worry about making sure you're shopping with Lisa, because that will guarantee that both of those things are automatically happening. So thestamperstudio.com, your best source for all information, registrations, and ordering.
Wow. Not like you said that once or twice before, huh? Did you have anything else, or that's it?
That's it.
That's it. Okay. The other card, oh, such decisions. But I'm going to show you something I'm going to do on Monday, because this is one of our Card Cafe cards, and I will be making this one on Monday. So tune back in for that. All right, this next card. First, I'm going to show you what I like to show you what I'm using, and then show you how I'm using it. Okay, if you have not seen this gorgeous paper and this ribbon, the ribbon, I'm not sure if it's back in stock yet. We should check on that. The paper is, I believe, back in stock, and it is absolutely stunning. And this is really the centerpiece of so many, can be the centerpiece of so many cards. So I'm going to use those 2 this morning, as well as
Jenny's going to the Jack-o'-lantern festival at the zoo. That sounds very fun.
So over 5,000. Wow. We should go to the Arboretum, because that has a lot of pumpkin displays right now too. I'm also going to use this Joy to You, not the stamp set, but I'm using the dies. I'm going to use this die right here, and you could put something underneath it. I'm going to leave it blank, you'll see, but these are just gorgeous. Handcrafted Elements dies are very pretty. They're on page 21 of our catalog. So let me show you. We're going to start with a standard sheet of white cardstock. I do like to use the thick, because when I'm using that as my base, I definitely want it to be thick. So that's our standard 5.5 by 8.5. And then I took a piece of Night of Navy, and I want you to look closely at it, because look at this.
Hi, Carolyn.
Try to get it in the light so you can see it. But this is one of our new 3D embossing folders that has snowflakes. Isn't that pretty? Can you see it?
Yep.
Look at these little detailed snowflakes and the snow. So it actually goes this way because the snow is falling. I guess it could go this way. I'm going to put this on. So let's go ahead and stick that on. Bing, bing, bing. There we go. Guys just really can make. Okay, now that I'm, boy, second guessing day. I guess it is. Just stick it on, Lisa.
Just stick it on.
Just stick it on. I decided to put the big snow on the bottom. Stick it on. Nobody's going to notice. All right, and then here's that gorgeous paper I showed you, and I just took a standard, or I took a, not standard, I cut it at 4 inches. Again, 4 inches is your go-to size, 3 and 4 inches on a 12 by 12 to get the most out of it. So 4 inches by 5 inches. Just thinking. Sorry, this is 3 and 3/4. 3 3/4 by 5, because I went in another quarter. And so I am just going to put that here, because it would be so, so very pretty. You could also put it here. So that is just it's a beautiful designer series paper. And again, when you make one, you're making 2, because you're cutting this designer series paper in half on the diagonal, and therefore it would give you 2 sheets of what you're making. All right, there we go. So pretty. So, so, so very pretty. Here is the die. It's so delicate that I die cut out using the vanilla of one of these papers. Isn't that gorgeous? I just think that is so pretty.
Very pretty.
Yeah, I'm going to let you look at that for a second. And then we have this fun paper. This used to be, this was available during Celebration. It's a 6 by 6, and it is in the mini catalog. And I'm just going to put it like right here on the edge to just give it a little, oops, on the edge there to give it a little shimmer and shine, and then I'm going to trim it.
So that's ribbon or that's paper?
This is paper.
Okay.
Designer Series paper. Do you want to look it up?
Just wanted to be clear.
Sure. No, it's Designer Series paper, 6x6. It did come out as a celebration item a couple of years ago, and now it is actually one of these items. So I'm going to look a little closer here. Pick that up. Get that right in the corner there. There we are. So it's cut at 6 inches, so it'll go across the diagonal, just any little piece. But look how pretty that is. And man, talk about maximizing your paper. 6x6, I could get, I don't even want to do the math right now. How many I could get out of that? A lot is the bottom line. All right, so let's go ahead and I'm going to trim this right along there, like that. And I'm just going to go leave that just like that. Okay, look how pretty that is. Oof. And this has like texture of the gems on it. You can kind of feel it. Okay, so next we are going to go ahead and put this. So I'm going to put it kind of right. We can decide, but actually I'm going to turn and see. Today is not a good day to make decisions, clearly. So let's go ahead and I'm going to put it mostly on the blue side here. Like that. So the blue, I guess it doesn't matter. I'm going to put it there. I'm going to stop talking now. I'm also going to use this ribbon. Check this out. This ribbon is absolutely gorgeous. Look how pretty that is. So, so pretty. And then I have my sentiment. So let's decide where we want that. That'll help me decide where I want my little turn. Oh, I think I like it like that. Okay, see? That's because then I got little stars in the middle there. That's what I'm doing. Final answer. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pop this up on some dimensionals. Because we can, that's what I would say. You know, sometimes you have to play with something to see if you, how it's going to come out. And that's just the way it is. So, even if
Morning, Patty. Morning, Peggy.
you have something in your mind and it's like, well, no, even if you already made it, sometimes you're like, I like it better this way this time. So I'm going to stick on some dimensionals. I also, before I do that, look at the detail on, can you see the stitching? I don't know if you can see the stitching. There's a little stitching around here. And the lines here. It's just such fine detail. You don't notice it as much on this side, maybe because of the pattern, but it is very pretty. And I'm going to use some of our mini dimensionals. This is perfect for what they're for, just to make sure that nothing is showing. And you don't have to do one on everyone, but you know, I'm already started there, so that's what I'm going to do. Okay, let's pull these off. Let's get these little things off. This paper, I'm like so amazed by it. It's just beautiful. And Peggy, I know you, different Peggy. Peggy got another friend named Peggy got it. And
morning, Tammy.
Really pretty. All right. I think I got them all off now. Push those aside. Okay, here we are. So I decided this way because then this sits right there.
Slide down just a little bit.
Sorry. So then the inside, you could put it this way, but I kind of didn't like that halfway. I kind of like it like this.
Yep.
And I'm going to go down as far as I can go there. Stick that on. And then this little ribbon, let's stamp something first. It's been a tiring week. I think that's why my brain is like, phew. So a good week, but a full and tiring week. All right. On this one, I was just going to stamp our little Merry Christmas. And I used it last night. And guess what color it was in? Red. Yes, it was in red. So I will put it on my Stamp and Scrub before I put it in my navy because let me get our red off. So I know we have a chamois, and I did use the chamois for a while. I kind of liked it, but I prefer this. The chamois actually started to smell like wet. It started to smell like wet sponge, and that's one of my worst smells. So I'm like, oh yeah, I'm done with that. It does dry up really well. You can rinse it really well, but I went back to the Stamp and Scrub. I think it works better for me. There we go. Merry Christmas, very simple. And I am going to back that just on the Night of Navy, and then we'll put it here. And there we go. And you could pop that up. You could put it flat, whatever your little heart desires. I'm going to put this one directly on, and then go ahead and pop up the whole thing. Do you just love stamping? I love stamping. I love stamping. It is just makes me feel. It makes me feel accomplished. It makes me feel hyper creative. I just think it's so much fun. And I'm just going to say the way Stampin' Up! Combines, color coordinates everything is awesome. And I don't know if Dave has a commercial on this, but if you look at the catalog and you're like, oh dang, I want everything, now is a perfect time to get it at a great discount, because right now you can get 30%, 35% more product, or pay 35% less. I mean, that's winner, winner, chicken dinner there. Okay, I want to hang this. You see that's just kind of hanging there. I did not bring any gold with me, so I'm going, but this is also going to go here, my little ribbon. So I'm going to cut my ribbon and leave a little bit of, and then I'm going to tie my ribbon, and just like that. And I'm going to trim this so I can use that little piece up here. There we go. Oh, so pretty. I love pretty things. I love, love, love when things are so pretty and easy. Pretty and easy. That's like an even better combination. So I'm going to put on the top a little bit of adhesive there. Actually, let's here because I don't have my glue dots handy here. I think because I have a class upstairs going. That's probably why. I move things around, because when you come on a hosted weekend, you also get like a free class on making some cakes and cards. Isn't that pretty? All right, so let's, we could either fold this like that. I'm just going to actually trim it. I'm going to trim this a little bit so it's going to hang from that. Just like that. And this is just going to tuck under there. It's a very subtle, it's not going to look like it's just subtle. But it feels like it's just kind of hanging. It needs something to finish that off. I want to go this way, through the loop. There we go. All right, we can do this. Through there. And, oh, I like that even better. See? That's what I'm talking about. There you go. I like that even better. So it looks like it's really hanging. Now I'm going to tuck that under the outside one here, which I should have done first. I didn't, but I still can. So let's tuck that under and adhere that. Grab this one, tuck it under, and stick it there. Any good fall plans? We went apple picking last weekend. That was sure fun. It was really fun. And then this week I cut up all the apples, put them with cinnamon and sugar, and put them in the freezer for when we need them. How's that?
Diane said you could also put a separate piece behind the middle in a different color.
Yes, you absolutely could. That would be and gold would be very, very pretty to do that with. Absolutely, that would be great idea. Love that, love that, love that.
And in fact, if you die cut it, it would be exactly the shape.
Yeah, I was going to say, because in that, in those dies, not that one. Oh, dog-eared it. In this one, there is one that fits right behind it. This little oval right here. So you could even do it a different color, shape. I mean, a shape, color, or design. Or you could just, like you said, that'd be a great way to cut it out to put it behind it. So you are absolutely right. I think it would look really pretty with gold behind it.
So if you cut it out in two different papers, you could do one with one color and then the reverse.
Tasking thing.
Yep.
Isn't that pretty though? So there are two kind of fun cards. Hi, Carol. Good morning. Super, I won't say super easy, but pretty, and you could do them in multiple. That's really what it is. It's a way to do multiple cards as you cut them, because when you do this one, you cut it, you're getting 2 right away. And when you do this one, you're going to get 3 right away. So kind of fun. Sparkly paper. I love shiny things from like Nemo, shiny, or wait, from Dory. Shiny things, that's me. I hope you have a great weekend. Remember to check out the special. Go to our thestamperstudio.com and you can check out, you go all the way down to the bottom. You can see the 35 more or 35 less.
Click on the Join My Team button.
Yep, click on the Join My Team. And then, what else is I going to say? I don't know, nothing. enjoy the fall weather and go do something fun. Make sure you get some stamping in over the weekend. I will see you Monday to show you how to make this beautiful, beautiful card. All right, friends, happy stamping.